on Instagram. So hi Instagram. Terry will look at the Instagram messages. If you want to go over to our YouTube channel, it's Mike. No, it's Mike and Terry at Bidding Wars.
Mike and Terry.
So you can go over.
Why have I not seen any items for sale on your eBay from Bidding Wars? There was lots of items for sale on our eBay from Bidding Wars.
Yeah. Has anybody jumped in the chat on here? So, Rich, what do we do? How? Where does it? We've got one person.
If you got the top right hand side, you'll have private chat and comments. Top right hand side of the screen.
Yeah,
private
got that.
Comments, so you have to make sure comments is highlighted.
Okay, that's cool. So,
and then when people comment, if you want to highlight their comment, you just click on it and then click on it again to take it off.
Okay, so we've got two people in the chat.
We've got Chris and Joe. Everyone. Hi, Chris. Hi, Joe.
Okay, where's the comments?
It should be.
Oh, there we go. So we've got the comments coming on now.
Hi,
everybody. So we're going to be taking questions tonight. Rich is going to be asking us some things as well. As a member of the reselling community, he's going to be asking us a few reselling related questions. And then Josh is going to jump on soon, but Josh has just had a baby literally on Friday?
Yeah.
Sunday. So easy. I couldn't believe he was going to jump on tonight, to be fair.
Fair play. Hi, James. Congrats on how far you've come, Mike. Still remember you sat in my room.
Is that?
Gunline Preacher.
That's James what his surname is. Because if I guess he's from the army. So how many people we got in now? We've got three people in. So we'll give it a couple of minutes and see if it goes. We could always jump onto Instagram Live because there's loads of people on Instagram. So if this flops completely, we'll just go on to Instagram if that works for everyone. We were all on Insta, aren't we? So
yeah, that's fine by me.
Yeah, we can do that, I think.
Woody.
Oh, what? Oh, Woody. Sorry, mate. I'm trying to do loads of things at once here, trying to speak to everybody. And yeah, we had some good nights in your room, didn't we? That sounded a bit weird, but. So, has anyone in the chat on YouTube got any questions for us?
Come on, Chris.
Closet Geek, Chris.
Joe.
We'll read some of the questions as well that we get on Instagram. So if Terry can keep an eye on them, and then if there's anything, we can put it over. So just to confirm, Kuji, right? So everything was real because we've just had someone say, why have they not seen any of the items from Bidding Wars on eBay? So I can say, hands down, all the sales that we made were 100% legit.
Yeah, 100% legit. There's some that I can't actually say that are on my eBay because they haven't actually aired yet. So, yeah. It is all legit. Funnily enough, I'm trying to think what episodes I've actually been on so I can actually talk about them. All right, yeah. So the scooters, on the day, on the scooters, we got run up just for the simple fact that as soon as they knew it was scooters, everyone who was there seen us arrive on our e-scooters. Me and Josh did I think it was a 6 mile trek on e-scooters. I mean, you've seen us yourself. On the nights, we would literally get on a scooters and go to Tesco and grab a bottle of wine.
Yeah, when we got there, you were on your scooter.
Yeah, we saw you.
We were buzzing around the car park, weren't we?
Yeah. We were like, first impressions. Who are these guys?
You've got a couple of questions in the chat. You got one from Joe, Closet Geek, saying how many episodes to a season?
They haven't actually told us.
Okay.
I don't think, but there's.
No, yeah. So basically, episodes to this season was 15.
Okay.
So they did it Monday to Friday for 3 weeks, basically.
Yeah, it's 5 episodes a week. 15.
Yeah, they're going to test the waters and then hopefully see if they can get commissioned for season 2. We don't even know if they've got commission for season 2 yet. what we know on the day, basically.
Yeah. And Chris Tyler saying, if you could change anything about the show, what would it be?
I think it would be
think it's
the palettes,
the
like
quality of
the
stuff.
quality of stuff. But obviously, it's the first season. It's the first. The budget wasn't like massive, and I
Yeah,
think
because you've got to think it wasn't Channel 4 that actually paid for all the stock. It was Daisy Beck Studios.
yeah.
Daisy Beck Studios paid for all the pallets. Some of us still think that when they got the pallets in, they divvied pallets up into different things to give them themes. Like, we're not saying that's what happened because we don't know. We wasn't part of production.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it definitely looked like they were the pallets were made up. I would say they were made up by production.
Yeah.
And then obviously I would say that looking at it myself, I would say that they made the pallets so you could just see a little bit that's going to grab your interest, and then put a load of like tat on top of it. Do you know what I mean? So like that, they'd let you see like the corner of something that said Gucci or something, and then put a load of unbranded stuff on top. So I think they, it's what it's about, isn't it? They're trying to pique your interest and get you to bid against each other.
Prime example of that was actually mine and Josh.
Oh, you've crashed.
I'm just going to quickly answer some of the
Instagram
Instagram ones.
On Instagram, just quickly while you've crashed, if anybody wants to come on to the live stream, we've got a live stream going on YouTube. You can see everyone, and we're going to answer all the questions directly. We are trying to keep up with the Instagram as well. But
I've just put the link in the chat for YouTube. So if you want to come over, Terry and Mike, do you think eBay has some listing algorithm? Is it better to re-upload stuff more often? What do you think?
I tell you what, we'll do a live stream dedicated to eBay at some other point.
But we think list every day is probably the way forward. Haven't watched latest bidding wars, but looking forward to it. It was a good one tonight.
I haven't seen it yet.
Hi Georgina. They said to me about getting in contact again. Oh, okay, for season 2. So I reckon there is one.
Somebody's been contacted about season 2, apparently. So Georgina. So
turning back the clock is saying, okay, guys, here's a reselling question. My wife sells a lot on eBay and often gets claims that packages haven't been received. eBay always sides with the seller. eBay always sides with the seller. How would you avoid this?
They don't always. If you,
I think they mean the eBay always sides with the buyer.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually read it the way I think you meant to. Yeah, I think that they do always side with the buyer, but you can challenge that and phone eBay. But I think we'll do eBay questions on another day. Let's make this all about bidding wars, and we've got Kuji here.
I saw someone had said, why didn't they air episode season 10?
Yeah, someone said why didn't they
episode 10?
We
were told Channel 4, so where they stream their episodes and series from, they had technical difficulties, we believe, with the episode.
Yeah, they actually posted that on the Channel 4 Twitter as well.
Yeah, they couldn't get it to play, unfortunately, so they couldn't air episode 10. But I'm sure it will air at some point, fingers crossed.
Yeah, I think when I spoke to the studio, they were saying that there's been a problem. Channel 4 had a fire, I think, a while ago, and ever since then, things haven't been running smoothly. And when they was trying to explain, when they upload all the episodes, they upload them in bulk, so they have them scheduled. So for Channel 4 to actually change a schedule is really difficult. So it's easier for when there's a problem, they just replace that episode with something else rather than change the whole schedule. So episode 10 is going to be aired. They've told us. We hope so, because we're in episode 10. It was one of our favorite episodes. I think Kuji was in it with us. We had we had a.
Before you say anything.
I won't say. No. I'm not going to say what's in it, but it was a really good episode, and it was our biggest ticket item. I will say that. So it could have been one of the biggest ticket items of the show so far. I don't know what the biggest ticket item's been.
I'm thinking.
Probably the Christian Louboutins, isn't it?
How much did they go for? About 5?
Yeah. He sold them for. Didn't he sell them to her for 750 quid or something?
750.
50 quid, yeah.
Yeah. So we've got one double that, if not more. But it's when it gets aired.
Yeah.
So, what was your bestseller so far, Kuji, that you can talk about?
Nah, I think only pallets I've bought so far is 2, and out of them 2 pallets is the scooters. But it's so it's us, it's me and Josh, £799 on a scooter on Amazon. Woo! That brand new scooter that were at bottom at box.
Oh yeah.
£799 because we put it into the
Good.
we put it into the private chat, didn't we? I forgot about that.
You can delete people. Sorry, we're getting some absolute knobheads in the chat. So 1 second. Let's just block this guy.
Wow, what they're saying.
You don't want to know. We're not even going to read it out. Report comment.
I don't know if you can just ignore it.
Just ignore it.
I don't care anyway.
Yeah.
Is it another one of those haters that thinks Billy Moore's fair?
Oh, there's been one in the chat already, I think. Guys, if you're on Instagram and watching us, please go over to YouTube.
Yeah, I'll put the link back in.
Yeah, put the link back in again.
Hi, Charles. Thanks, Charles. Oh, I can't do it now. I'll do it on my phone.
Okay. So yeah, I think one person. Let's have a look. So
Percy's is asking serious and truthful question: is bidding wars fixed?
Where's that? No, it's not. Not at all.
Down below Chris Taylor.
The prime example that you can see that bidding wars is not fixed is the episode where the pallet went for 1,500 and the pallet went for £15. Right, the one that went for £15, we was literally, you'll see my £10 bid. It said I can talk about it. Like basically, my £10 bid killed the auction. Like no one wanted it, no one were bidding. And I just went, go on then, Kev, I'll have it for a tenner, just joking about. And then thinking, oh, it's going to start somewhere. No, it was literally like,
Yeah.
if we were in Old Western, tumbleweeds had been going across. I'm telling you.
It's
Yeah.
definitely not fixed.
It's not fixed.
Like
We genuinely don't know. We didn't know what was in the pallets at all. Like
we didn't know we won tonight's pallet either. Like the tonight's show. Yeah, it's bad, so I can say what I'm saying.
Yeah, because we didn't film the orders. The order's different.
Yeah, so we didn't know that we'd come out on top for this Tonight Show.
Oh yeah, no. We don't know who, like, out of the 3 people that won the pallets, we don't know until the show airs. We don't know who's made the most profit, who's lost. You know, we didn't know what was in the pallets. Literally, when you see us in the warehouse and that pallet comes out, that's the first time we've seen the pallet. That's it. We don't know what's in it. We can't see what's in it. And we literally have to bid whatever we think.
Josh is trying to get in, but he's gone into the Instagram lives. Josh.
Oh, should I put the StreamYard?
Yeah, go into StreamYard, mate. We've sent a link in the WhatsApp group.
It's on the WhatsApp.
Yeah, it's on the WhatsApp group.
But
So
yeah, from where you were saying then, Teri, like, only way we saw what was in the pallets was after, yeah, and it was because that pallet had already been done, it had been put in the corridor,
yeah,
afterwards. But before that, like on the show, you see what they call a lucky dip, i.e., what our scooter pallet was. That's how they're all packed in the corridor.
Yeah, we can't see.
We can't see in there. They're all to us when we're walking down them corridors. They're all lucky dips. We haven't got a clue.
And when someone has won a pallet, like nobody else knows what's in it for a good half an hour until they come and tell us this is what you could have had if you'd have won the bid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
we was literally stood behind the doors earwigging to see if we could hear what people were saying when they were on the pallet. That's how legit it is. We're like this. Like if we'd have had glasses, like if COVID wasn't a thing, there'd have been about 12 years like this.
I think as well.
Got what you got.
Yeah.
I think going back to like what would we do to improve bidding wars and stuff. I think if it was pre-COVID, I think there would have been more contestants probably, and it would have been more of a format like what people are used to, like with storage wars and things. I think there'd be more of a rabble. Is that the right word? Like, yeah. But it was very much COVID orientated. So I think that took away a little bit of the banter, didn't it, from us, the way we were stood?
Yeah.
Yeah. Couldn't even take pictures without his mask off.
Oh, Josh is in.
Oh, Josh is in. Let's let Josh in.
I mean, we had to stand socially distant for no one to take pictures. Joshy!
Oh.
Congratulations!
Thank you.
Did you get that on a pallet?
Yeah, it was on the last pallet. No spoilers, but
what a find!
15 quid as well. What a bargain!
Nice.
It's going to cost us a lot more than that, though.
It's going to cost you loads, mate.
Thousands.
Worth it.
How are we all doing? We all right?
Good.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go over to Insta quickly, guys. If there's a few people coming into Insta again. We've had loads of people on Insta, so thank you very much for coming in. But we're running the mainstream on YouTube.
I'll put the link in again.
The link's going to go in. Terry's going to put it in now. So if you can come over to YouTube, we're just trying to get new people onto this channel, and we appreciate the support if you want to come over.
Someone's asked, Kuji, where are you from?
No comment. We're from a little town near Leeds called Dewsbury, but we're not telling you specifically where.
I've got the street and the road and the house, and
I think I'm gonna have to put my Snapchat location off from now on. I think.
Yes.
Otherwise, I'm just gonna be sat there chilling, watching TV on Snapchat.
Someone said, why weren't you wearing your Treasures of Time shirt? It would be amazing. So this is another thing. We wasn't allowed to advertise our brands. So I managed, if you looked in tonight's episode, and you can buy these on my Treasures of Time website, but I managed to slip the caps in, but they did make me take this cap off at some point. So we was allowed to have a little bit, but not a lot. I think Jack and Emily managed to drop.
Yeah, I noticed they managed to sneak in that they are global thrifters. They managed to
get global thrifters sneaked in, and we was all made to wear plain tops, so we couldn't wear. I couldn't wear anything with a logo on. I noticed even in my office when we were filming that they blurred out my Banksy. I had a Banksy. I've got a Banksy on the wall in my office, and that was even blurred out from in the footage. So they were really strict on any advertising or anything like that. They actually thought my cap said New Balance, not Mike Barnett. So that's why they wanted to edit that out. But in the end, they kept it in. So they were really strict on that.
Do you guys go on? No, go on.
Oh yeah. See, I normally wear Marvel tops and stuff like that, and band tops, and literally the only thing I got away with was wearing a top that said California across it, just because it was a place and not an actual brand or anything like that.
I think Jack was going to try and wear a Reborn Rewild, one of his money bags. I think he was going to try and put one of them on, but like I said, they'd have to put tape on it or something. So do you guys not think that do you think the format of it was good? Because obviously we're looking at it from someone that wasn't on it. I think a lot of time, obviously it's going to be a lot of time spent on the bidding, but I think the show needed to be longer, because it just seemed like the bit at the end where they're showing the 3 pallets that were getting sold and the totals and all that seemed a bit rushed at the end.
Yeah,
I think they couldn't really have had it any other way, just because of obviously this COVID and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The camera crew couldn't physically get out to us to catch us selling everything. So I think what they've done with the series, like pretty much the last part is scraped together, because it's self-shot footage. There's no direction there at all.
Yeah.
So we're not following the format of the show when we're handing these clips in.
Yeah.
And I genuinely think they did the best they could. I agree. They could have focused more on the selling of the items. They could have, because they were asking for so many clips, and then you watch it and it's like literally 20 seconds of us selling stuff, and you think, wow, I did all that work for nothing. But you know, with the fact that they couldn't get out and actually get what they wanted, and also the fact that it's self-shot mobile phone footage, it's not the best look for TV. So I get what they've done. They've like pushed the
YouTube channels in the link.
The bulk part of the show is like bidding, like, you know, like 10, 20, 30.
Yeah.
That is the bulk part of the show, like 3, 4, 5 minutes. But I hope for the second season they change the format of the show. But it's, to be fair, it's been genuinely fun to watch, and I do understand why they've formatted it the way they have. But I get why to some viewers it might seem like, you know, they've rushed the end part or whatever. But I mean, we're in the same boat. We do understand what people are saying about that.
Yeah.
Sorry, 1 second, guys. Everybody in the Instagram live, if you go to my link tree on my bio, and my YouTube channel is in there. It's the Teri and Mike Bidding Wars YouTube channel. So you can find it through there. So some people were saying the link wasn't working. Go to the link tree, click Teri and Mike YouTube channel, and you'll be able to come onto this. And I'm just going to double check that it's actually in there. But I'm sure it is.
JR Reselling's here. Hi. Hi, Leah.
Oh, James. Hello, James.
Yeah, it's definitely in there. So guys, go to the link tree. You'll find it in there, and you can jump straight onto the YouTube live.
Yeah.
We got any more questions? So yeah, I think I want to just add a little bit about the format of it. Like I think if there is a second season, and I think the production company know, Daisy Beck know, Channel 4 know the areas that they need to work on with it. I think it's obvious to most people, because if you just look back at the feedback that we're getting from the show, 9 times out of 10 people are saying it's too short. And I think if you look at the actual screen time, I think it's only 20 minutes, isn't it? So it's not even a full half an hour.
If you watch it on demand, it literally says underneath 23 minutes.
Yeah, so it's not long at all.
Yeah.
Josh is right. What they were saying is they put a lot of the emphasis on us. And actually, I don't know about you, but I imagine the same for you guys, but there was a lot of filming involved when we got back from the studio, and a lot involved, like retakes, and it was a lot, wasn't it? It was a good 2 weeks worth of work for it. Like I found of filming and retakes and what they were happy with and what they wanted. So
which is understandable. It's got to be right. It's got to fit with what they've filmed already. You know, it has to flow nicely. It can't be so choppy that you think that obviously wasn't.
But I think in a
filmed by them.
Non-COVID world, it would have been a completely different show.
Yeah, I would imagine they would have come out to us.
In some cases, for mine and Josh's videos, like, it was literally, not gonna lie, spur of the moment thing. Like the bit with the scooter where when he rode off and we both just like leaned in at each other and waved. Like literally, we was jiggling so much. Like we was literally belly laughing after filming that. Was like, man, that looks so cheesy, but let's do it.
How many times did you have to do the walk-ins?
Oh God.
We spent about an hour. At least an hour.
We did see Jack and Emily's video.
Yeah, like for me, like we watched the first episode and it had like 20 seconds in the warehouse, and I was like, all the times we had to keep doing those bids and like the reruns of it and all the walking. Like honestly, we must have filmed a walk in like 10, 15
I'm sure
times.
there was no need for that many. Like
no.
What they showed, I was like, no.
They picked my worst one walking in as well. I'm like, I look way cooler.
A good hour and a half every morning was spent doing the walk-ins. That was the first thing we did.
Yeah.
That's why
good 90 minutes.
So what sort of times were you starting and finishing? Is it long days?
They were long days.
Yeah, they were long days, weren't they? It was
be on set between 7 and 9.
Yeah.
Depending on what episode or what time you needed to be in.
Yeah.
The only good thing is they lay on the food, don't they? Do they lay on the food?
They do, yeah.
When I've been on film sets, like, you know, that's the best thing is they got the food trailers there, and like you just get free food.
Good. All the staff, like the production team, the runners, like everyone was so nice. The sound people, like casting director. I don't know if we're allowed to say their names or not, but like they were so good.
We know Nikki. We know Nikki, the palette mover.
Yeah, Nikki's wicked.
Nikki was wicked. Yeah, I got on really well with Nikki.
Yeah, she's lovely.
And she's well into her crypto.
Yeah.
Mm.
Lovely. I'm just gonna hi everyone on Insta. If you go to Mike's link tree in his bio, it will give you a link to come onto the Mike and Teri YouTube channel. We've got the live on there as well.
I see Ben Yorkshire Flippers just joined.
Hi Ben.
Hey Ben. I love Ben.
When we was doing the walk-ups to the pallets as well, when you only see a few of the clips when they walk up, right? You don't understand how many times the whole group would go around one by one and do a pun about the pallet. There is literally outtakes that they could run and do another series called Punning Wars.
Right.
Because of the amount of puns that people did walking up to the pallet, walking up after they know what's in the pallets, then in the interviews after they know what's in the pallets. Do you know what I mean? It was crazy.
Yeah.
Right, has anybody got any more questions? We've got probably loads on Instagram that we haven't answered.
You got none in this one.
Let's have a look.
Yeah, Instagram's been really good. We should have done the live on Instagram.
It's episode 9 tonight's episode. No, tonight's was episode
11.
Yeah, it must have been 11. Yeah, because 10 got cancelled on Friday, didn't it?
Yeah. The link won't take you there. Yeah, if everyone goes to the Mike's link tree in his bio, it will send a link to Mike and Teri Bidding Wars YouTube channel, and we're live on there right now.
Yeah, it should work. I'm
Josh
going to just
and
try
Kuji.
it myself now. But if you click my bio and it says link tree, reselling life and adventure, click that, and then you can see Mike and Teri's Bidding Wars YouTube channel. Click that, and we
I
should
don't know where the link to the video
be live there. We are on there. Yeah.
You've got a question from Mum That Sells. Says, did you have to go and look at the pallets individually because of COVID?
Yes, we did. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Like that. Like if you see on the show when he's like, when Kev's like, "Come on down," like it's supermarket sweep or something. That is literally.
Yeah.
No,
Then we have to go back to a spot and then come back.
come on down is not supermarket sweep, Kuji. Come on, man.
Is it Strike It Rich?
No, it's play your cards right, I
Play
think.
cards. Is it play your cards right? I can't remember.
I think Michael Barrymore said it on Strike It Rich as well with those TVs.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's going back a few years.
Mike, if you want to,
I'm showing my age now, aren't I?
mate, Mike, if you want to highlight any of the comments, just click on them, and it will
Okay.
highlight it.
Okay, cool. We can give some.
Put it up on the screen. Oh, Don's in. Hi, Don. Hope you're well, mate. I'm not on Bidding Wars. Mike just needed my help, so
Yeah, Rick got roped into it, didn't you? Like,
I'm just here as eye candy.
Yeah, mate,
Not really. We know that's not true.
Which is in the top corner.
Should we get? Let's. What was one of the comments? So go back.
Oh, there you go. Turning back the clock says the price is right.
Yeah.
Yes.
What we're talking about?
Click on. What are you doing? Just click show.
I don't know. I've never done this before. There we go.
We've got comments. Nice.
So, guys, this is a good friend of mine. So he's got a YouTube channel, and he does loads of adventures and stuff like that. Go and check his channel out. Turning back the clock. His last challenge was he walked the entire length of Hadrian's Wall. So he's vlogged that, put that on there. So he's got some good things on there. Yeah. Who else we got in? Mark's in. Hey, Mark. Let's show the comment. Even Mike Teri, I'm watching this from doing my jobs. Is it working? I'm gonna go.
I always find when I'm at work, obviously I'm doing reselling whilst I'm working, but to distract myself from working, I watch reselling videos.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm watching someone else work for me without reaping any of the rewards. But like some of them are so good to watch. Like I love your videos. I love Global Thrifters. Nick and Andrea, they're really good. I love them. Have you seen Baby yet?
Night's Life's really good.
Have you not checked Night's Life out?
Show you live, hold on.
Oh, it looks real.
Bless her.
She looks like a doll, doesn't she? She looks like one of them reborn dolls.
Oh. Well done. I'm guessing is that Amber?
Thanks, it were hard. It were hard, but I did it. I'm gonna try to find my headphones. You might be able to get a bit better audio out of me then. What is it that Mike and Terry, what is it you guys do on a daily basis then? What's your morning routine for working?
So do you know what? We've got quite a good balance right now. So we've got the family life and the work life, and literally every morning now we all get up together, we all have breakfast together, and this is the difference being a reseller and doing this as a job rather than going out and doing a 9 to 5 like before. We've both done it. We're out in the morning, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock on that train, commuting or driving down the motorway for a couple of hours or whatever, and you don't get to spend that time. So it's awesome because we just
do things at your own pace.
Yeah, we do things at our own pace. We get up in the morning, we have breakfast together, we have a little bit of family time in the morning. Then I now do a little bit of work from home, work in the home office for the first hour of the day. I made all my appointments at work appointment only. So now if you want to come to Treasures of Time, you just have to, it's booked by appointment. And then I go to work for a few hours in the afternoon, do what I need to do, and then come back home. So it's really, I've got this good balance now, and that's started to come over the last few months, isn't it? So
that's good. It's really hard to find that balance. Like some people, you know, they're just frantic throughout the day at work, like me especially. Like Kuji knows what I'm like when I'm working. I'm just stressed constantly. Finding the right balance, you know, like a routine, and sticking to it is the hardest thing to do, especially when there's like pressing issues to get through.
Yeah, I think when you say I'm self-employed and I'm going to go it alone, it sounds so appealing, but then you don't think about the work that you still have to put in. I'm going to work for myself, I'm going to be my own boss, but you still have to have the discipline of actually putting a routine in and going and actually getting the work done. It's so easy to just say, oh, I'm going to leave it today, but then what's the point of self-employed?
It's getting into that mentality of, well, if I don't earn. And if I'm not, if I'm not learning as well as not earning, so.
When you're working for someone else, you're scared to disappoint the person you're working for, and then when you're working for yourself, you're scared to disappoint yourself. So you can't win either way, really. But the important thing when working for yourself is still having that mentality of not letting yourself down and not failing yourself, getting up every morning, getting in there and getting some work done. Because I think there's obviously that benefit when you're working for yourself of there's no one above you and you're reaping, basically you're skimming everything off the top. You're earning the top benefits of what you can earn. Whilst you're working for someone else, it's obviously capped, and you know how much you're going to be earning in a year.
I think as a reseller, one of the hardest things I found was working alone and being like that, especially when you first start out. It's not so bad for me now because we've got a team around us, and we've got like you work for me, and we work together, and that it's got to that point where it's okay. But normally, like when you first start out, it's you on your own. And it's hard, that is.
Especially when you come, like we came from corporate backgrounds, so you always had a team around you and you always had someone else to turn to.
Hold on, my takeaways here.
While you said that, actually, one of the questions in the Instagram chat was, one of the things I dislike is the alarm sound. It is a little bit annoying, isn't it? I'll agree with that.
I'm just gonna put off.
Have you got any more comments?
Sounds.
Congratulations on the baby. How did you
guys get into reselling, either alongside a 9 to 5 or as a full-time job?
So to start with, Kuji, how did you get into reselling?
So to be honest with you, I got into it through Josh because I've just finished my bachelor's degree, my master's degree, and doing other stuff. Before that, I was in warehouse and retail, everything from picker packer right up to warehouse management, and I caught the bug through Josh, basically. Done a bit of stuff here and there with Josh, going to car boots, and then, just once you get into that bug, you just think, right, what am I going to do next? Right, what I've made there, right, let's double that and go see what I can buy next. And then you get to a point where the 9 to 5 job is holding you back from being able to go places and check out these other spots where you can get profits or where you can find a gem or stuff like that. Because the only thing that will ever hold you back is you. And there's a great saying, I can't remember who said it, but it's basically build your dream before someone hires you to build theirs.
Exactly.
And while you're working for somebody else, for another employer, you're building somebody else's dream, and they're sat in Davos or wherever, at Bahamas, supping Mai Tais while you're working in their warehouse or on their shop floor, making their money for them. So it's a case of build it yourself, build your own dream, because at the end of the day, only you know what you want.
Yeah,
So
definitely. I agree. I got into reselling a couple of years ago. I was working full time as a carer. I was doing caring for like 8-9 years, but I was just selling on eBay on the side. And I started watching people on YouTube. I started watching Nick and Andrea. They were really the first people. I think they had one viral video, and that's how I discovered them. I can't remember which one it was, but
Was it the post-it sticker things, weren't it?
yeah, it was. Yeah, they went to I think they went to Asda. They bought out all these post-it stickers, and they sold them for like 10 times as much. I thought, oh my god, let's do it. I went around Asda. I was scanning with this app called Buybot Pro, stuff to send into Amazon, and yeah, that's when I really got into it. But yeah, that was the video. Yeah, and then obviously whilst I was working full time, there was like a imbalance where one thing was taking over the other and vice versa, and obviously steadily building, and that's when a few years later is when I decided to go full time into reselling. But it is a hard process. It's not one where you flick from one to the other, really. So I don't blame people for having a full time job and working for someone else, because I'd never knock it, because it's the safest option. You know, like if you're struggling for money, sort of thing, or even if you want, a steady income, self-employment's probably not for you, just because it's so night and day. Some weeks when I was starting out, I was making £10 one week and £300 the next week. It's so unpredictable. But once you build a steady inventory, and you've got stock to sell, that's when you know that you've got a cushion behind you. You can sort of live from that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Rich, what about you? I know we were talking way before you left your job, weren't we? But
yeah, mine getting into reselling. Into full-time reselling was a bit different, but I was made furloughed in the first lockdown, so my company put me off because of asthmatic. So they said, we're worried about your asthma, so like we've got to put people on furlough, so would you mind going on furlough? And I was like, okay. It was on April the 1st, so I thought it was a joke, because my boss is just a joker, and it was April Fool's Day, so I thought he was having me at it. So I got laid off on the 1st of April. So I just sat about and I was watching YouTube, and I was getting paid 3/4 of my money. And then I started watching videos, and then my daughter said, have you seen this couple? Have you seen Nick Hills? Have you seen George Ross? Have you seen this? Have you seen that seller? So I started watching all these selling things, because I've got loads of stuff, and I started selling it. And then a week later, after being made furloughed, I found out my brother had cancer. So I was off work for a couple of months, and then when I went back, I gave 2 weeks notice, because I'd been selling my own stuff anyway, so I knew I could pull money in. So I started reselling my own bits to bump up my wages, but I thought, I can do this. And then when I found out my brother was ill with cancer, it gave me even more of a push to just do it and make that leap, because the job was just it was terrible, out in all weathers on a forklift, loading and unloading lorries for 14 hours a day, and it was just crazy. So I looked after my brother for 15 months till he passed away in July. But over that time, me and him were selling film props. Obviously, Mike bought a load of film props off of us. I was selling film props with him, but I was still buying stock. I was still buy every time I go to a charity shop or car boot, I'd still buy. And I'd started making my reselling videos, and I'd sort of started really going hard on the YouTube channel. So that was how I got started. And then my brother passed in July, as I said, and since then I've just been trying to get back into it, but my head's been all over the place. But yeah, I'm getting back into it. But I've got so much stock where I was up there looking after him most of the time and still buying that I've got enough stock to blooming last me 10 months probably, and I just keep selling and I won't run out. So that's how I got into it, furloughed and finding out my brother was ill.
I think there's so many, obviously with COVID and stuff like that, there's been a lot of change of circumstances for everyone, and it's been so difficult. I really empathise. I'm sorry for your loss as well, mate.
Yeah, thanks.
It's terrible. But like, obviously, hundreds of thousands of people lost the job over this as well, and it's one of them where I think people, with this show coming out, people are frightened that we're sort of exposing reselling, or we're exposing the fact that you can buy something cheap and sell it for a profit, and it's just not the case. Like, reselling has been going on since people started, like since currency began, and it had never become flooded because there's just so much stock out there, and there's so many unwanted gifts, and there's so much. What was that? Sorry.
I was gonna say there's so much opportunity for every single person. It's never gonna you're never gonna run out of stock. You know, the charity shops aren't gonna suddenly have an influx of resellers and then that's it. Like, it's always
and not being funny, we all got into reselling, you know, by sort of started selling their own stuff, but then watching YouTube videos of other people reselling stuff. So
you see it all the time.
You've all seen another person and thought, I could do.
It's a natural progression. It's not, you know, more people have been getting on the wagon and doing it for a long time. Do you know what I mean? So like, there's plenty of stuff.
I understand the comments people make though, because reselling, it is genuinely like a community, and everyone chats to each other and everyone shares tips and stuff like that. So I get why they wouldn't want someone infiltrating that, you know, and exposing it in a way. But I've got to go, guys. It's been really good talking to you. Yeah,
totally understand, mate. Honestly, totally understand.
Well, give my goddaughter.
Thank you, guys. All right, I'll catch you later on. It's been good.
Bye.
But it's like on the other side of that as well, though. People don't understand that people buy second hand because they can't afford the prices. That it is brand new. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, people just think, oh, people buy and resell. Someone's just being cheap. No, some people actually struggle. Some people actually struggle. Do you know what I mean? And people don't understand that the people that are struggling are the people that are buying something second hand to put it in a box so they can feel good buying a family member or a friend a present. Do you know what I mean?
I'm not being funny. It saves it going to landfill, doesn't it? You know.
Exactly.
So,
yeah. If somebody else can get use out of something, then why not?
Yeah.
I think one of the things I noticed, and I think the thread may have even started on your group, Rich, when somebody came in and was talking about how another show that's running down the prices of reselling, and they were saying about how bidding wars will have an effect on reselling, which is
on the Facebook page, yeah.
But
that was just someone just being stupid. I dealt with that. It's like, you know, get a life, sort of wind your neck in. At the end of the day, there is so much stuff, and like just because you live in such and such a town, it doesn't mean because this show's come out tomorrow you're going to go in your charity shop and you're not going to be able to get through the door because it's going to be full with everybody else that's trying to buy the same stuff as you. Not everybody buys the same stuff anyway.
No.
If anything, we're the ones that are on the show are going to struggle more when you're going into shops and stuff because they know what you're doing, and they're going to watch you more, and they're going to be like, well, you've been on TV. Now, it says £1 on there, but I'm going to charge you £1.50. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
when you go to car boots, you're going to get recognised. And then, like, somebody else is like, people, like, I've gone to car boots on a morning. People don't even get a chance to get the stuff out of the car. And people are there poking their head, flashing the lights in cars. What would you want that for? And people are just like, let me set my table up.
Yeah.
But people are all there like vultures waiting just to get a good deal, and then you get home and it's broke. And you think, I wish I'd have waited that extra 5 minutes while they unpacked it to check it, rather than being like, oh look, it's a Walkman from like 1985. Ooh, oh look at it, and then you get home and it's got no little dials on it, or none of the little that make the tape run, and it's like, people don't understand the risks that, because when you resell, you're not just buying and reselling, you're buying and risking.
Yeah, a lot of work goes into it. You know, every time you buy an electronic, you've got to clean it, you've got to test it, you've got to make sure it works, you've got to make sure it works correctly. Like, something might work, but then you've got to fully test it, all the functions on it. So it's not
like,
just.
I think I told you when we was on the set, didn't I, about the free VHS DVD combos I bought?
Yeah.
I paid £15 for 3 VHS DVD combos, and one of them works. Cleaned it up, sold that, and I got 3 times the money back that I paid for all 3, and I've still got 2 sat up there.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
I've got loads of them old CRTs and VHSs and stuff. I thought I'm going to be testing in a minute as it goes, but yeah.
We've got a question here saying, do you know the viewings and how many viewings per episode? The answer to that is no, but what Channel 4 has said to Daisy Beck is that the viewings have been going up every single episode. So I think I think it's likely or looking good for another season.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. See what other
Nice.
Also, that bit on the scooter where I was like, "Speed demon" going down the corridor. The amount of footage that they actually cut off there is unreal. I was basically going up and down the corridor, going brum brum and everything.
Did all them scooters work that you bought?
Well,
so we've still got about 8 or 9, maybe double figures left in them. We've sold, I think, we're up to about 1,400 in sales on them, and obviously one of them was fully brand new, what we were talking about earlier. But all the others, we've used some parts from others to make the other ones fully functioning. And my motto is, if it'll hold me and it can take me around the units where we work, it'll hold anyone for at least a good year. Because I'm a big lad, you know what I mean? So I give everyone a 6-month warranty on it with us.
Yeah.
I mean, once we've sold them, we technically don't have to do anything. As long as it's in working fully in order, we don't have to do anything. But we've had people come back with them, like some of the, the throttle bits on them.
Yeah.
They've been snapped off. So we've replaced them and stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
So, and has anyone else got any questions? Which one? I got a nice pick. Don's put one in there.
I got a nice pickup today. It's
Loke shoes.
£7.
£7. Nice.
Very good. I can't remember the last time I went into a charity shop.
No, yeah, we haven't done charity shop.
On that, Doc, because I'm not really a clothes expert or a footwear expert. What would you see return on them shoes?
Lokes are quite good. It's a good make. You can sort of get 50 to 60 quid on a pair of decent Lokes, 70 quid maybe.
Oh, cool.
I think they fetch good money. You don't need me on here, do you? I'm going to jump off and do some work.
Yeah, I think we'll call it a day here. Actually, I think we've come to the hour mark anyway, and I think questions have dried up a little bit. So now I appreciate everybody coming on. This is our first ever live that we've done, and Richard has co-hosted it. So I appreciate you coming on and helping me out with all the live. Kuji, I can't speak for Josh, but I think we'll definitely.
Well, me and Josh are planning on doing some live streams and inviting you all over anyway. So look out for them, and we'll do shout outs when we're all ready for them. And
Yeah.
We're planning on being ones to help people with reselling, like even if it's just starting off with a tenner, what stuff you can get with that tenner, and then work your way from there and just keep building.
Yeah, definitely. And Rich, let us know when we can come on your live stream next. I know it's been a disaster for the last 2 weeks, but we want to come on to that.
Yeah,
We was
okay.
looking forward to
Yeah,
that.
that's right. I mean, lucky enough, like because I've done it every Saturday for so long, for
Yeah, you will.
months now. Like, you know, I can change it. I'm going to go live anyway, so it's quite adaptable. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, no, it's fine. We'll sort something out.
Sound cool. So thank you, everybody. Appreciate you coming on, and we'll end it here on a good one.
Yes.
All right, see you all a bit. Peace out.
Thank
Well,
So you've
everyone,
got- no, so when you got to end it, and then press it again to end it. So you got to press it
Okay.
twice.